It was really terrifying when I was writing, thinking about all of the things that I was saying about people who I loved and cared about that might not be in the best light.
And you've written, I wanted to read this. My story is complex, both ugly and beautiful, and I make no apologies for its rawness. What was it like to write your truth without sugarcoating?
Terrifying is the answer. It was really terrifying when I was writing, thinking about all of the things that I was saying about people who I loved and cared about that might not be in the best light. I was reminded of the quote, if they wanted me to write nicely, they should have treated me better, and so I just did it. And then also my mentor for my dissertation chair, she said, just write everything, and if there's something you want to take out, you can take it out later. And the only things I ended up taking out actually were things that I thought were other people's stories that I didn't really have the right to tell. Everything else I just left in there and said, let's see what happens.
It is raw.
Well, we know your story, but our audience doesn't know your story. So dig in wherever you want to start.
I guess I'll start with the story that my mom told me. So I was adopted in 1971. I was born in Baltimore. My parents lived in Columbia, Maryland, which was about a 30-minute drive from there. They were both the oldest of 6 children and Roman Catholic, and from my mom's side, and my dad was Polish Catholic. And they wanted a big family, and after my brother, who's 2.5 years older than me, excuse me, was born, my mom had the Rh negative thingy with the child that now you can just get a shot and it's okay, but at that time, my brother needed 2 blood transfusions, excuse me, after he was born, and the doctor said that if they had another child, the child would die. And so they know they wanted a big family, and so they decided that they wanted to adopt. So originally they wanted to adopt a white baby and infant, but they didn't think about it until about 2 years after my brother was born. My mom was very anal, I guess is the best way to put it. We are all 3 years apart, 2.5 to 3 years apart, and it's boy, girl, boy, girl. And so at 2 years, she was like, okay, I want to adopt a baby girl. And they told her that a white infant would take years to get. And so she said, okay, well, then what's next step? And they had some friends in Colombia who had adopted kids from Vietnam after the war, kids who had been fathered by American soldiers. And so she said, well, let's do that. And then honestly, what I say is my parents didn't have enough money to go to a Vietnamese restaurant. So I don't know why they thought they could adopt from Vietnam, but it's whatever. So after realizing that they really couldn't afford to do this, the social workers said that a Black child would be the quickest and the most inexpensive. And so that's what they did, is they decided to adopt me. So they brought me into the family.